Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Safe Space Podcast about honestly anything. It's Britt, and today's episode is going to hit home for so many of us. We've all said it. I'm fine. But are we really? I've got my girl Crystal here with me, and we're talking about the lie we've told too many times, why we say it, and what's underneath it. So, Crystal, let me ask you, are you actually fine today?
Yeah, I think I am fine today, but it took me a while to say I'm fine and mean it.
Okay. All right. You know what? Me too, because sometimes I'll say I'm fine, but I'm actually hungry. And then I'm hangry, but I'm like, I'm okay. I'm fine.
See, and then chaos occurs because you lied.
That part. So, all right, let's get into it. Why we say I'm fine. Crystal, when was the last time that you said I'm fine, but you weren't?
Maybe this time last year.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say this time last year, I found out some hard information during a time where I was really coming into a new business and, well, finally finding some grounds in it. And then found out some hard information. Basically, the man I was with cheating on me. And then we were engaged and pregnant. So everyone on the outside, how's everything going? How's the business? How are you guys? And my response was, not we're fine. It was literally, I'm fine.
You're fine. You know, I remember that.
Yeah.
And you kept everything together so well. Like you would never have known that you were going through all of that. I mean, you did tell me, but if I didn't know just outside looking in, I would have never known any of that was happening because you kept this together so well.
Right. And that's the scary part. And so because of that, I learned when I'm talking to people, and mind you, I'm not like a girl's girl, but I'm my girl's kind of girl. And when I'm talking to them and asking them, like, how's everything been going? I know you're in school or you're, getting a lot of new projects. Like, how are you? And I'm getting that brief, like, I'm fine. Things are great. Everything's going smooth. I'm asking more questions. I'm more like, oh, that's so exciting. But like, I'm sure it's hard with new contracts and you're also in school. Tell me how that's going. How do you navigate that at the same time?
Yeah.
That way, when I'm asking those questions, they have to kind of show me a little bit of the ugly truth, which innately will bring out the actual truth. And I don't do it for everybody because some people, don't want to talk about themselves, but I do it for people I care about because I know that I needed that when I was the one saying I'm fine.
And I feel like that's what makes you such a genuine and great person because not a lot of people will do that. Some people will just accept oh, you're fine. Okay, cool. And then move on to the next topic or like start talking about themselves. But you can tell you're actually trying to know you're saying this, but are you really fine?
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. So why do you think it's so easy to just say I'm fine when everything is falling apart?
Well, I'll say for me, it's easy to say I'm fine because when I'm growing up, in Chicago with 5 other siblings and my parents working 3 jobs, to tell them you're not fine is like, oh, what's wrong? What could possibly be wrong? My dad escaped communism, basically. So it's like, unless it's something extreme, you're going to pick yourself up from the bootstraps and keep going. And so, I come from a military family as well. So a lot of times it's just talking about facts than feelings. So I naturally am inclined to not talk about my feelings, but they matter. And I don't want to keep being that way. So I'm trying to be more cognizant about myself when I'm not okay and like sharing those feelings. But my why was because that we just didn't talk about feelings since I was a little girl.
Now, do you think because you grew up in that way, like not really talking about feelings, has it helped or hurt like different relationships, whether it was romantic or not?
Helped or hurt. So not romantic ways, I can start there. Yes, because it hurt me in the sense that I didn't create boundaries to protect me. So I'm fine means I'm navigating whatever goals I have, and then I'm taking on more work as I go. And my personality in conjunction with that experience is like, I'm very curious and adventurous type of person. So I'm going to lean into new things as they come. So imagine being someone who's constantly leaning into challenge, but then not having any boundaries to protect my well-being, my mentality, my spiritual, growth. So I'm neglecting all these different sides of me, but I'm putting more responsibility on myself. And so you get into a really toxic cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's non-romantically. And it definitely, I guess, would be the same concept romantically. Like if you think about sports, there's rules and boundaries. So no matter who you're playing against, whether they're way better than you or way less better than you, like these rules don't allow you to be too great, and it makes it fun for everybody to play. So like in a relationship without rules and boundaries, there is no both get a beneficial outcome. It's usually one person gets a better outcome.
Yeah.
And so I learned in my last relationship that I needed to have more boundaries to make it more fair for me, because then I'll keep just taking on more things and I'll keep taking on more things and they'll keep putting more things on me.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, I just am in the same toxic cycle.
And then you're saying, I'm fine, when deep down you want to like throw your phone across the room type thing because it's just so much
At the
pollen.
very least, just throw your phone. And I did throw my phone once. And it's the reason why I talk on speaker today. The crash out was real. Oh, summer 2024.
That was a time.
What an era.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
I'm going to need you to get a new phone at some point. So
I'm such a frugal person. I'm like, something else has to go wrong in order for me to get a new phone.
No, I get that though. Okay, so I honestly, just listening to everything that you just said, I feel like there's something powerful about having the right people around you that make you feel safe to actually be vulnerable when somebody says like, hey, how are you doing? And you say, I'm fine. Like, no, you're not. And then you just open up to them.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you got to have those people around, because not everybody has your best interest, but you also got to have that discernment to know who, is in your corner and who's secretly happy about your downfall or your spiraling. And like, they're not going to go around telling your business and saying, oh yeah, you heard of this about Crystal? Like, no. So I do appreciate you opening up to me though, especially being on this podcast. This is a safe space.
It is. And you're a safe person. And I think so much like transparency between us has allowed me to feel comfortable even sitting with you today and talking about such a personal topic that I really related to. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. I really do, because I don't open it up to, no, I will take that back. I don't open up to a lot of people. I have a select few that I probably count on one hand that I actually open up to. So you're one of them. So I do also appreciate you being like that safe space as well for me to be able to come to. And
exactly.
I be having mini crash outs like every other week.
Well, because you're busy, you hustle, you plan, you execute, and then you never really, like you said, having the right people around remind you to pause, remind you to take care of yourself, because they're kind of your reminder when you forget. You should be loving yourself at the very basic level of what love feels like. And sometimes when we're so hustle and bustle, we don't do that for ourselves. So that's why it is important to have your tribe who can remind you, hey, at the very least, I need you to pause. I need you to go have some time and read a book along the pool or something. Just don't do much for a little bit of time. And that's true. It's very important to have those people.
Man, this is deep. And I'm like sitting here talking about this topic and I'm like, this is going to be a good episode. And it is. All right. So let me ask you this, because we're going to now kind of shift into what fine is really hiding. And like, we kind of spoke about that previously, but you said that when you are talking with your friends and the different things they have going on in their lives and they say, oh, I'm fine, you'll dig deeper and ask other questions. Do you wish that someone would have done that for you? Like when you were going through everything that you went through in 2024?
Kind of. I can't say I do, because my competitive nature, my competitive nature doesn't allow me to have deep, authentic friendships. And I say that to you, it could sound uncomfortable, but my comfort lies in my family. My counsel are my siblings. And we just grew up in a very like tight knit, you guys have each other's backs, you guys against everyone basically. And it really played out to be that way as we grew up, trials and tribulations. My family never wavered, right? And so, and then you read books. Like I'm a big fan of Robert Greene. I'm a big fan of Jordan Peterson. He's my my favorite thought leader. He's amazing. But everyone seems to talk about keeping people in a space where they're allowed to feel like they know you without really knowing who you are. And so if someone would have asked me back in summer of 2024, you know, are you okay though? Or how is it navigating having a 10-year-old, you know, a business, a fiance, and being pregnant, working a 9-to-5 and having a lounge? Because if you just listening to that,
I just got anxiety thinking about it. And like, I knew, and I'm still like, that's crazy.
Just thinking about it. And you know what? The sad truth is when you have a business, let alone anything and everything else, your attention and energy goes so that it does not fail. That is like your most prized possession in the moment. Having a child is the same exact thing, except this child can die if you neglect it. I'll be honest and transparent. Even though William was 10 at the time, I left a lot of his independence up to him. I didn't leave him at home ever, but I let him be with his father. Not that he doesn't see his father, but just be with him more often than he usually ever was. And it was summer break, so I didn't feel that guilty. But had it been during the school year, that kid, you know, who knows? I would have left up the parenting for the public to raise him. I would have left up the, you know, the lessons learned for him to learn on his own. And it could have just spiraled in a really negative way. So I think that just having all of that on my plate and realizing it's too much to bear. I can't control everything. And I'm losing myself in the midst of it all. And then for you to say you didn't even notice that I was losing my shit. I don't even know if I can cuss on this. Can I cuss on this? Okay.
If it's safe, safe.
I was like, oh my God. You know, one time I came home and my neighbor, Paul, he's a retired military guy, very observing dude, always keeps a lookout for William. He one time saw me pulling in at like 5 a.m. and it was summer, so it was already sunny. And he was like, Crystal. And I looked at him. I was like, oh, hi, Paul. How's it going? Oh, I say Mr. Paul. I always give him respect. And then he go, you look like you're just fithering away. He's like, you look really unhealthy. He's my neighbor.
Yeah.
He doesn't know me from a bag of potatoes. He doesn't know anything.
Yeah. He just like sees you outside walking, you know, things like that.
And that just struck a chord with me that didn't sit well. And I knew that, okay, I'm taking on more than I can. Again, goes back to the boundaries and saying I'm fine and not really being fine and losing more than I could hold.
Mm-hmm. So, because that's crazy. You were putting in a lot of hours at the lounge.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of working a regular 9-to-5.
But mind you, our 9-to-5 is more flexible than the majority.
It is, but we went through a lot of changes there too, though.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different systems and things.
And thank God it was after I sold the lounge.
I couldn't imagine everything that's happening, like all the stuff that's going on now.
All mental gymnastics now, and to have a business on the side, stop it.
And be a full-time mom.
And this is not just me saying I'm an entrepreneur. Like, no, I signed the front of paychecks. I did this, okay?
You were hiring, you were firing, right. You were training, you were out there probably in the kitchen sometimes.
I'm putting flyers in the neighborhood. I don't even know these people. Listen, I honestly just sharpened the skill of functioning while in pain, and I'll never wish that on anyone that I know. So that's the reason why I ask more questions, because no one should function like that. And I know that firsthand.
Because it's not healthy, and it can become very stressful, and stress can lead to other underlying health conditions. And I need all y'all to just also take a moment for yourself. Mm-hmm. Go get checked out. Like if you're feeling unhealthy, go get checked out. You don't want to let any underlying issues that you don't know about keep going on and then ultimately ends to your demise.
I second that 100%. I literally just made blood work tests. I requested a schedule appointment with my doctor for blood work just because I see that I still nap all the time. Like, just as you arrived, I was like, oh, I'm so glad you came. I was about to nap. And I'm thinking, is that normal? I don't feel like I know enough people who nap the way I do. I prioritize a nap. And so I think I have a deficiency or something.
I was just about to say,
Yes.
it could be a couple of things. I am not a doctor. Not a doctor at all. Not a medical field, but I do know it could be like vitamin D deficiency.
Right.
It can be low iron. It could possibly be thyroid acting up. It's
Absolutely.
different things that you just want to check and make sure.
And because my life's not on a slow burn fire like it was the summer of 2024, I just think that everything's mellowed out and I'm still needing these naps and I'm not in the majority of people. So because I'm the minority on this situation, I literally just made the appointment and I feel good about it because no matter what, that's like gonna let me know what's going on with myself essentially. So.
And then you can start taking the steps to help fix, because I'm sure like if it is some type of deficiency, there's plenty of things out there. But I know you like to go the natural route for things too.
I do, just like you.
Yes, because I hate taking medicine. If I can do something natural, I will do it.
And you do.
And look, it's been a journey. That's
I'm
a
so
whole
proud of
different
you.
topic. Thank
Hey.
you. It has
Shout out
definitely
to
been
Britt's journey. Y'all just don't know.
It has been
The kind of guilt I feel when I'm eating a cookie next to this girl.
And no, first off, I don't do anything to make her feel guilty.
Right.
I tell her to have some for me. If anything, I am enabling Loki.
Let's be very honest, though. There was a time where I did go to grab, what was it, a muffin?
No. It was more donuts. It was more donuts. But see, these aren't regular donuts. So not like your average Dunkin' Donuts.
Right.
These were duck
gourmet.
donuts. And if y'all have never been to a duck donut,
Shout out
you
to
should.
Doug.
They are really good, but they're super sugar.
Yeah, it's like 1,000
sweet.
Calories in donut
Like
per donut.
You take a bite and you need to instantly go wash your teeth and drain it with water and stuff because it's sugary. But she also told me that she wanted me to help her accountable.
Right there, that's
with
true.
Working
That's true.
out. So I'm like, if you tell me something, I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna do it. So
you're gonna be a great mom because goddamn, she slapped that box so quick on my hand. I was like, yes, ma'am, you got it. I'm going back to my desk.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because it was also early. We hadn't even had lunch yet, so I'm like, no.
So not only am I breaking my rules, my diet, the fact that I'm asking you to hold me accountable, but I'm also going to do it before 12 p.m. Girl.
But I mean, it was deserved.
I know I'm a handful. I know this.
You are, but I appreciate.
I appreciate you. Strength in a friendship.
I honestly forgot about that.
I know you did because you went right to the pretty story, and I was like, hold on now. There was a whole day where.
And they had it was 2 days in a row that they had those donuts there. And I'm like, this is, but I knew they were coming because I'm on the committee that plans that stuff.
Yeah.
So I watched everybody eat them. I did not touch them though.
Not a one.
Now I have not had sugar since March.
How do you feel?
Honestly, I feel good. I thought it was going to be hard.
I'm sure it was though in the beginning.
And probably a lot of times when I was saying I'm fine, I actually probably wasn't because I was angry. I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm depriving myself. Yeah. I was legit depriving myself, but I was saying I'm fine. But deep down, I was like, I hate it here. I hate it here. Everybody's eating all this stuff and I can't do it. But
punch them in their chest.
Yeah. I'm like, this is crazy.
I was a fighter. I don't know if I told you that. I used to fight. Oh yeah, I did. Kickboxing.
Yeah, because we're supposed to start our training.
That's right. And I remember I took on a fight maybe 2 months before the fight date, and I had to lose 15 pounds. My walking weight was 130, and I had to go down 115. When I tell you I water loaded the majority of 1 month, I ate an apple for breakfast, oatmeal for lunch, and water loaded until I just was starving myself. But anyways, I met my weight, my match weight, and then she ended up not meeting her weight, but someone else was willing to fight, who was a more seasoned fighter, unfortunately for me. But fast forward, I'm just telling you, I understand that feeling of like, I'm depriving myself. But when you have a bigger picture, for you, it's health, for health reasons. For me, it was so I can beat this bee who, you know, wants to beat me up. And I couldn't be the person who was gassed out inside the ring. It couldn't be me. So I did everything I could to train while I was at a lesser weight, because it's much harder when you lose weight, because you lose muscle, to stay with that stamina and be a badass physically.
I was going to say, you said you water loaded and things, like, what about your protein intake?
Well, for dinner, I would do chicken, no seasoning, broccoli on the side. I mean, it was tragic. I was angry out. My brother was like, because at the time, my brother was watching my son for me on the days that I would have to train, because I have to train so much. So if William would come to the gym with me and we would train for an hour, and then I would bring him home so he can have dinner, and then I would go back to train after he was asleep. And my brother would watch him for me while he was asleep.
Can we go back to this? Hold on. You said chicken, no seasoning. My eyes got big because Crystal cooks. She be throwing down in the kitchen. So the fact that you had to do chicken
all
with
the
no
things
seasoning
that I hate, I did.
That's
how competitive I am. It's really unnatural.
No, you are very competitive.
My priorities are jacked up. Give me.
You are very competitive.
Girl.
And it's passed down to William, but I love it. That's my little homie.
My son. Shout out to William.
He is hilarious. His competitiveness he definitely gets it from his mother.
Thanks. I'm like, thanks. It's like, but it shows discipline. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like I gave you that analogy earlier, it can give you life lessons being an athlete and being competitive. You know, there's so much that's there that you can use, but you just have to have someone. And that's one thing I will say I didn't have, was like a role model as far as a woman is concerned. And like my environment, I was raised in Chicago, born and raised. So I didn't have a lot of positive female role models around, or anybody that I wanted to be like. What I did have was like music. I learned a lot through music, like hip hop and stuff. Pusha T was my guy. Okay.
Have you heard their new album, by the way?
I heard a little bit. I haven't had the time. Okay. I haven't made the time. I'll correct myself. I had the time, but lately I just been relaxing.
But that's self-care.
It is. But my time now is like, the self-care is facials and red light therapy and stretching and weird old woman stuff. It's very zen nowadays.
I don't consider that old woman stuff. I consider that grown woman stuff.
Ooh, grown and sexy.
Yes.
I'm trying. I'm wearing a faja right now. Oh, God.
That is hilarious. Okay. So we're going to
redirect back to the topic.
Because I guarantee I'm going to have people hitting me up saying, who is this person? Shut up. Get off of my line.
I promise you don't know me. I don't know anybody.
Yeah, no, y'all definitely don't.
I'm not around like that.
Which is a good thing, though. You got your priorities straight.
It's a good and bad thing.
Why bad?
So it's like having a father figure. Having a father in your life, it could be a good and bad thing. Because you go into the dating world as a grown woman with the naivety that all men are going to protect you and have the best interests when it comes to you. But the reality is most men were raised to not think that way, and they don't. So my naivety is what caused a lot of my issues in the past. But at the same time, I bet a woman who didn't have her father, if she was put in my shoes during that relationship, we would navigate it completely different, but the outcome would likely be the same. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I think that it doesn't make you any better or less, because at this big old age, you have,
big old age.
Yes. At this big old age, you have learned lessons. You need to apply them, and you need to be conscious about who you pick, what kind of relationship you guys have, and what you're willing to put up with.
That is true.
We're grown.
And you have to know your worth.
That's what I mean. Like, those boundaries, baby. Why didn't I apply those boundaries?
You know what, though? And don't beat yourself up about that, though, because you had to learn those lessons. We're big on our faith.
Yeah, we are.
God puts us through things. And sometimes we might not like the test that we're getting for it. like going, but it's our testimony. You can't have a testimony without a test. And that's just all that was for you.
Yeah.
And it was a growing season in your life. Like you had to go through that to grow into who you are now.
For sure. Because now I'm not pretending to be okay. I'm actually saying that I'm okay and I mean it.
And you can tell because you have like a glow to you. It's different. It is different.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And you're also talking more to people because you said you don't be talking to people.
Who I talk to?
You be talking at work. You do
talk to my people at work.
No, you talk to not only your people, which includes me.
Yeah.
But you'll go in the break room and start talking to somebody too, though.
I wish I would.
I don't think you realize it, but you actually do. Like you speak.
Crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's happening and you're not realizing it. I just be sitting there like,
I'm shook right now.
She's talking to people.
She's talking.
But I mean, that's not a bad thing.
Well, whoever I'm talking to, I don't know their names for sure. I don't. I've been working here for how long?
But to be fair, part of you working there, though, we've been split up multiple times. Office days have changed. So I get not
that's
knowing.
Your truth. That is not my truth. I've had one of the most consistent desks.
I have too. I haven't switched desks.
No, but you've taken on multiple roles. I haven't. I have stayed in my same role with my same team and my same desk.
Okay.
It's just processes and procedures have changed for me. That is the most inconsistent thing for me.
And I wasn't even talking about like the process or the desk
right,
part.
And that's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about like going from a trailer to a main office building or having to switch days. Like if I come in Tuesday, Thursday or Tuesday, Wednesday, it's changing and stuff now. So that's what but
I'm going to be more cognizant about who I talk to in that break room because I swear I'll be in and out. I don't know anybody. Brit. I mean, they don't know me. I don't know them. That's for sure. See, I like people to feel like they know me and they don't know me. That's my toxic trait.
No, but I've
been exposed.
Honestly, to know, like, I get that though. Not everybody deserves the same access to you. So I get you know my name, but you don't actually know me.
Yeah. Or I'm okay with you thinking you know me.
Exactly.
And you really don't know me. I'm very okay with that. I prefer that actually.
Because again, people will try to prey on that. Like
100%. And because I grew up with brothers, let me tell you, men are plotters. They play the long game. They plot. They structure things and set things up. And it's so interesting. Like having my brothers being raised with me under the same roof, same parents, we've had completely different childhoods. But yes, to your point, because I had my own skills, which were not like scheming, plotting, and planning. It was more like I have my dad in my back pocket. I was a daughter, baby, daddy's girl. So I was an asset to whoever had me on their side. But we would have fun. I would have a time with them. They would never know I was having so much fun.
Because you also went a period of your life letting your little brother think that he was...
You're going to put this on the podcast.
Because I was like, when you told me that, I was like, wait, you did what?
Go ahead, tell the people.
No, because you got to tell, because I want to make sure the details are right. Because I was cracking up.
I want to make sure I've done so many things that my little brother, what story and scenario are you talking about? Because there were
when we were at the game, didn't you say that you went a period of time like when he didn't think that he was invisible or something?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so no, what I did was very close to, he basically is my little brother. He's like 4 years younger than me. Mind you, I'm daddy's girl, spoiled. I just got my footing with my older siblings. So I realized like I'm an asset to them because there's always like chaos and fighting in the house, right? So it was a really good time for me. And then all of a sudden he's born. And like
all of a sudden he's born.
The whole dynamic changed, right? And so I'm not living the same life I was, okay? So as he's getting older, I had resentment toward him. And it was to the point where I would just ignore him because everyone else was giving him attention. I said, not me. I'm not. I won't. And I literally acted like he was the most disgusting thing on the world. That poor boy, we really need to have a family therapy session. He would walk in the room, for example, and sit on the sofa. If I was sitting on the sofa, I would get up and walk away. he would talk to me in the hallway and try to get my attention. I would just look straight and ignore him.
That's crazy.
Yes. And I love him. He's like one of my favorite siblings. There's a lot of us, just to be fair, but it's so crazy. He just forgives too. He just forgave me.
Like he did. Cause he said it so nonchalantly. I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait, she did what?
Yeah, girl, I ignored him. I made him feel like you are worthless. You're worthless.
But if you if you see them now, you would never have thought that that's what happened.
No, we're so tight. We text on a daily basis. His son is practically my second son. Our boys, they're a year apart, best friends. While he was away, he got locked up for a short time. While he was away, I had his son every single day. I mean, holidays, anything I got, whatever I got for William, I got for his son as well. So it was like,
that's how it should be, though.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. When trials and tribulations happen, your family is the one who stands in the gap for you. Mm-hmm. And that's all we needed. We gave each other shit growing up. We were each other's like nemesis. We were plotting and doing fucked up shit to each other. Like brothers were blowing up my baby girl dolls' heads. I'm putting fireworks in their dinosaurs' mouths. Like y'all were
literally that Sid family from Toy Story.
Oh my God. Yes. Imagine 6 Sids. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's who we were. And then, but the thing is, now that we're grown, it's like no one really matters but us. And we need to make sure we have each other. I mean, obviously other people matter, but we are each other's priority for sure.
I love that. And you know what? Because I grew up technically an only child. My parents only have me. But I did grow up around my cousins and they're my siblings. So like a lot of times when you hear me saying, oh, my little brother, this, that.
Yeah, that confused me when we first met.
I'm talking about them because I don't see them as cousins. I see them as those are my siblings.
Yeah.
Just because they didn't come from my parents, those are still.
They shaped you.
Yes.
You guys.
Like, we grew up together. We got each other's back no matter what. Even when life is life and like we might not talk every single day, but they can hit me up. I can hit them up. We gonna ride for each other.
Yeah.
As it should be. All right. So I'm going to redirect again because.
Yes. Segue into the actual topic. Boom. Here we go, guys.
This is part of the whole being I'm fine though, because you have to also dig deep into the background for how we were raised, like what different things in our past kind of shaped us to how we are now.
How we operate, how we think.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay. Replacing I'm fine with real language. Have you found any phrases or check-in language that feels better than just saying I'm fine?
Ooh, that's a good question. Better language. I mean, putting language around hard situations is difficult in of itself. And because I don't live in that space anymore, I haven't. But if I could, just off the top of my head, instead of saying I'm fine, I probably, or are you saying in reference to like saying I'm fine and still lying, or I'm fine and actually meaning it?
Both. Because like people know me when I say I'm fine, they're like, you're not fine. Okay. So you figured that out.
Yeah.
So I started saying I'm cool, but they knew if I said I'm cool, that's when it's like, I'm almost at that point where I'm about to break.
Yeah. There's something.
But generally I think I've gotten to a point to where I am able to open up a little bit more if people say, hey, how are you feeling? Like you of course know. But like if I say I'm good, like I'm good. I don't say I'm fine. Like if I know I'm okay in things, I'm not going to say I'm fine. I'll say I'm good. Like, and that means I am actually at a good place.
I love I'm fine as a good, quick response because you never know people's temperature when they're asking you. But I will say if I'm not fine, I'm very much okay with being open to having a conversation where in the past, if I said I'm fine, I used it as that's a sentence. That's it. That's my armor.
Yep.
That's that, protects me from all concerns and all the other stuff that comes with it. So I think just in my personality and the way that I'm engaging with people, I'm more open to having a conversation after saying I'm fine, where in the past I wasn't. So no, I haven't got a new phrase, but I think I'm just generally approaching I'm fine differently.
Okay. And that's a good thing though.
Yeah.
That is good. And I'm glad that you're getting to that space.
Mm-hmm.
It is healthier. do you feel healthier? Like you feel better with that too?
I have you to thank for that. Yep, I do.
Well, you're welcome.
Because you put me back on track to going into the gym. And in the gym is where I personally take care of not just the vanity, but my sanity. And
not just the vanity, but my sanity.
Yeah.
Trademark that.
Ooh. You like that?
Lock it. Yeah.
I might have seen it on a Pinterest post some time ago. I don't know. I can't really tell you where I got it from, but as witty as I wish I was, I'll be honest. So
never mind.
But it still speaks true to this, what my thought process is while I'm at the gym.
Okay. All right. So what would it look like if we normalized not being okay? Not having the armor on 24/7.
That means listening to your body, being more in tune, noticing that you're more conscious about not masking the exhaustion and overwhelming and the scared feeling. So you're naturally just more safe. I think it'll look more healthier. I think people's vulnerability is essentially where healing starts. So I think it would behoove the majority of people, especially millennials, people our age, they're so quick to self-diagnose themselves. I know so many people, so many females specifically who are like, oh my God, I have like anxiety. I need to go get prescribed something. And I'm like, how do you know you have anxiety? Oh, because I get anxious. I'm like, so you got anxious. There's a difference between having a moment of anxiousness and having anxiety.
Like actually being diagnosed.
Yeah, WebMD has a chokehold on these hoes.
Look, WebMD almost killed me.
Okay.
When I was in college.
Girl, I don't even know the story. But I'll tell you, we self-diagnose so quick. But what does that tell you, right? So if we're willing to look up our feelings and reflect on what we're going through on a moment-to-moment basis, that says something in of itself. That says that we're conscious enough to think about our behavior. That's a strength. So if you're conscious enough to think about your behavior, you should be conscious enough to act on it and not just think on it.
And go do something about it.
Right. So Jordan Peterson has a book, 12 Rules of Life. And in the book, he talks about tell the truth or at least don't lie. That speaks so much to me because if we lived in that utopia where we all just told the truth when we weren't fine, we would have hard conversations up front all the time. It would be healthy. It would be good. It would cause chaos and all of that as well because the truth is ugly. Like, let's be honest. The reason why we lie is because the truth is ugly and we want to hide it. But when we're lying, you're lying. Okay, if I lie to you and say I'm fine, I'm lying to me. And if I'm lying to me, I'm ruining the trust I have in people because if I lie to myself, I know she'll lie to me. I know he'll lie to me. So how you pick your tribe is completely different.
And I didn't even think of it, like to put it into that perspective. If you're able to lie to yourself, then you can't put it past anybody else lying to you.
Look at your character. Girl, you a lot of God. You know you're not fine.
Ew. And then he'll take his shoe off and just smack you upside the head.
Imagine if there was a table that we could just go under when we want to lie that he doesn't see. Like that would be give me that table. Because baby, I'm telling you, especially being Latino and just having this like persona that women can handle it all and don't complain, don't speak unless you're spoken to. I grew up, that's how we were raised. My parents raised us that way. Don't speak unless you're spoken to. Rule number one for all the girls in the house. Always clean and cook for your siblings, no matter what. Brothers never set the table. Never were in the kitchen. As grown men, though, both of them, ironically, married wives who don't know how to cook. They're the cooks. Crazy turn of events.
That is...
I love that for me. Just to be from the outside looking in.
Like,
yeah.
Tables have turned.
Exactly. Karma. No. I love my sister-in-laws. Oh my God, I love them so much. It's just ironic that both of them don't know how to cook and they married my brothers who now essentially are the cooks of the home. So, and mind you, they're big. You met them. Big, strong. Oh, okay. I have two older brothers. Both served in the military, 2 contracts each, one in the Army, one in the Marine Corps. And One was a medic, one was a military police. And they look like warriors. They're just bearded up, 6'3", swole, like 280.
Yep. And they're married.
And they're married. And they're the cooks in the home. And their wives are treated so well. And I'm so proud of them. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that.
I love that for them too, yeah.
That's what she said. Karma. Tables have turned. Yeah. Now you're in the kitchen.
Oh my God. Because baby, I tell you, I used to fight with my mom about this because I knew it was wrong. Mm-hmm. I knew it's not fair. Yeah. I can see, anybody with eyes can see that this is not fair.
Like, why are we babying them?
Yes. But the reality is sometimes, and now that I have a son, ooh, boom, here goes a light bulb moment. Now that I have a son, you realize that there's going to be a time where the boys who are going to become men don't feel the love of a woman for a long period of time. They don't feel the nurturing. They don't feel the softness of being taken care of. And it's, as a mom, scary to know that there's going to be a time frame where William's going to go off and he's going to be grown and he's not going to have me there to be that North Star of what a woman is. And he's going to have to remember what he's gone through and kind of use that as a North Star to pick and choose the woman he wants. And it's scary because I know, being a woman, we've all done some dark shit. We have our stories. And
you want to protect him.
I do. And I know that I can't. But there's a time where they go a long period of time without it. And honestly, it's very dangerous to have boys that become men who don't have contact with women enough, who don't understand women enough, because then they become dangerous men to women. And I think that even though I hated growing up in a household that required us to do that for them, you know, at the same time, we lived in the city. We lived on the very last block of our grammar school. When my brothers got into fights, it wasn't because they were fighting other kids on their own behalf. They were fighting other kids on our behalf, my sister and I, because their little sisters were picking fights with us. So then my brothers beat up their big brothers to get us to stop the friction. So I didn't have to fight. And I take that there's so many things that I don't do to this day because my brothers did it. Like, I don't pump my own gas. William pumps my gas because my brothers did it. I don't fix cars because my dad will do it. I don't build things. You see no callus on my hands. These are soft. These are healing hands. Okay.
Healing hands.
Because I will get a man to do it. Oh, you would hate to be in the sample room with me and my team.
No, I was there. I was cracking up.
There was a big old box that came in. I was like, you want me to build this? I'm not building. I waited for a man in construction to do it for me. And I said, you look like a big, strong man. Can I ask you for some help? And he loved it.
I remember.
Girl. And he built that. And my whole team looked, just two other girls on my team were like, oh my, red in the face. Couldn't believe I did it. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not building something. I'm not doing it.
You haven't had to. Like, you don't have to.
And men like to do that. Like, you should have seen the smile on his face. He was ecstatic. And every time he passed afterwards, he always made conversation, asked me if I needed help with anything. And in front of my peers, like manager as well.
See,
men love that.
I don't have to build things because I handle clothes.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is unboxing a box. That is it.
Right.
They got to put stuff together.
Yeah, we have furniture and other big old items. So it's not fun. But I will say, it seemed like a culture shock to the girls on the team. But for me, it was like second nature. I grew up with brothers. I know that men like to do that. And they should be doing it. We shouldn't make men weak. We should keep them.
You know what, though?
Strong.
I know, like, I have people that I can call to do so. Now, I be doing it myself only because I've always liked building things. Like, growing up, I love playing with Legos.
Yeah.
So I've liked building things. So I don't mind. Now, depending on what it is, though, because I'll go and call my dad and like, hey, so you want to come, you know, or how many times I've asked him, hey, can you come move a couch for me or just help me take it to the house? Like, he'll come from 30 minutes away just to come and like help me get something. And like, I truly appreciate that. I just posted a video like a couple of days ago about me at the gas station. And I was like, I hate pumping my own gas.
100%.
I was so mad in that moment. I'm like, this is why I should just have a man here because they can be pumping this gas, not me. And then he saw the video and he was like, why didn't you call me and tell me you need to gas?
Do you see that?
But
That's
I was like,
what I mean.
And to me, I'm like, I don't always like asking people for things that that. But I'm like, you're 45 minutes away. I wasn't going to call you to come and pump my gas.
You got to put gas now.
Right.
That's true.
And I'm like, but he would have done it.
But you see that though? That's what I mean. That's the beautiful nature of real he-hims, if you know what I mean. Like they are protectors and providers. They have a certain joy that comes when they have provision over girls and women. And I think that we shouldn't take that away from them at all. So me, I'm really good at feeding into that. I'm not saying that I'd never built anything. I mean, when I first moved out after my son's dad and I didn't work out, I was furnishing the house. Long story short, I asked my brother to come with me and I found an armoire, beautiful armoire.
Was it IKEA?
No, it was a real armoire. It was not even a store I could remember because it was in the city, but it was like a mom and pop shop, real wood, like all, you know what I mean? Ooh. Really good quality. We take it home. I'm so excited. I'm like, okay, Ricky, tell me what you need. I got the toolbox. Like, if you're hungry, I'll make you sandwiches. Just let me know. And he looks at me and he's like, I'm not building this. He's like, I'll watch you build it, but you're going to build this. This is your armoire. I said, what are you talking about?
What language are you speaking?
That is the first and last time I built anything, but it taught me a lot. You know, him guiding me, him doing that to me put such a disdain in my mouth. I'm like, I'm never not going to be without a man. I'm just not doing it because I hate this. I hate this bad. I hate the fact that I'm here with a drill and hammer and nails and there's instructions because I'm not supposed to be doing this. I wasn't raised to. You know what I mean? Like my skills are in other places, not here. So yeah, it really put me into a different mind frame. I appreciate him for doing that though. I mean, that was a staple memory for us. And it was nice that he did that for me because it showed me I could do it if I had to, but it also showed me I definitely don't want to be doing it by myself.
Yeah. Partnership. Okay. So getting into like the final segment. All right.
Let's do it. We made it.
What advice would you give to someone who's in a season where they feel they have to pretend they're fine? I know. Yeah,
that's an emotional space. I thought you would ask me something along those lines. Not that I'm a therapist or anything. I'm literally no one to look up to. I just need you guys to know.
Pause. You're going to give yourself way more credit than that. Because you don't know the type of advice that you give can really be helping people. All right. Especially people who might be going through the same things that you are going through and they feel like they have nobody in their corner. So don't say that you're not somebody to look up to, because
I'll give you guys advice from my pain. You know, the breaking point was losing more than I could hold. I kind of said that earlier. I lost a baby. I lost a man. I lost a business. Everything that I was holding together with just like my willpower and stuff. And when it started to fall apart, I realized that I wasn't fine. And I had never been fine, and I just been coasting. So my advice to everybody is listen to your body. Trust your gut instincts. Even when you feel that you've lost that trust in your gut instinct, you haven't. You just ignored it to accommodate each situation. So go back to your gut. Go inside and follow your gut instinct, and then try every day to deal with your hardships throughout the day. That way, when you lay yourself down at night and you're ready to close your eyes and you're rethinking every scenario, every interaction, that you can go to sleep feeling productive and proud of yourself because you were very aware about being aware in each moment.
I love that. I love that. No, that was great. Look, got me wanting to reevaluate some of my I'm fine moments and things too. Yeah. Like you gotta be able to take that time and check in with yourself.
Yes. Too. When I say summer 2024, I was nothing but valleys. From the outside, I had it all. the Tesla, the G-Wagon, the business, the man, the baby, the 11-year-old, the everything, all of the things. And then it was gone. Valleys. I cried myself to sleep every night because I didn't face my reality throughout the day. But if I faced each issue, if I listened to my body, if I was just more in tune with myself instead of everything else that I had going on, then I would have slept better.
Got it. Well, we see where you're at now. You're at a completely different place.
I am.
So I love that.
Yeah.
But you know what? I hope this episode reminds y'all that you don't have to wear the I'm fine mask forever. Your softness matters, your sadness is valid, and your truth is safe here. Y'all, if this episode touched you in any way, send it to someone you love. Let them know it's okay to not be okay. Thanks for tuning in to the Safe Space Podcast about honestly anything. I'm Britt, and this is Crystal. And until next time, be kind to yourself and don't lie to me with that I'm fine stuff.
That's right.
All right? I will see and talk to y'all later. Thank you for tuning in to the Safe Space Podcast about honestly anything. If you enjoyed the show, go ahead and turn on the notifications to get notified on the next episode. Available on Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Again, this is a Safe Space Podcast about honestly anything.